Welcome. It's 2:09 p.m. I'm about to hit legs. I got my pre-workout here, pre-shred from Emerald Labs. Use code CHASE10 at checkout to support your boy. Anyways, I'm gonna mix this up. I forgot my shaker, so I'll be right back. Look, don't be fooled with me being a photographer slash videographer. This is not going to be any cinematic masterpiece. I just want to have fun with it. I don't want to overcomplicate it and make it harder for me to get content out as much as already is. So you guys are just going to see kind of the raw, not really edited version of me. Like, I'll make it look cool and try to do what I do, but I'm not going to like move the camera around all the time and all this shit. Like, I'm just going to do my thing, and I hope you guys enjoy. But either way, the pre has been mixed. This flavor is pineapple splice. Tastes pretty good. And the good thing about Emerald Labs, and this is what I don't think anyone really talks about, I don't know if you can see it, but it gives you like a sweetness meter. So it tells you how like sweet the pre-workout is. So you kind of know if you're like a overly sweet person, you go for the higher side. Obviously, if you're a less sweet person, you go for the lower side. Instead of having to guess based off just the flavors themselves, you can actually kind of judge whether or not they'll kind of like tickle that like sweet tooth. I think I mixed it with hot water. Redo. Alright, I did mix it with hot water. That is not ideal for my first YouTube video. Oh, not my first YouTube video, but my first training video. Alright, take two. This will be much better. This, or any pre-workout ever, full stop, doesn't matter what brand it is always better with ice as well. I'm not doing ice because I'm a lazy cunt, and I usually down it like really fast, so there's not really any point putting ice in if it's just going down the hatch anyways. I'm here to get fucking like hyped the fuck up. So I want to just down it straight away so I can go straight to the gym. Go to legs. I don't want to think about it as least as possible so then you don't get the fucking leg day anxiety. Yeah, see, that's way better fucking not hot. Holy shit. Alright, I reckon I want to finish this on the way to the gym in the car. So let's get rolling. See, like, I really don't want to be that guy that like does certain shots just for the sake of the content, but like honestly, like experimenting's fun, and just like being creative with it is kind of like what you want to do. I'm gonna drive to the gym now. We'll do a bit of like a time warp down this, and then we'll get into some of the leggies. Kale! Hi! Do you want to say hi? Hi! I was just saying, like, most PTs will say, like, don't do cardio beforehand, and I'm like, most PTs are idiots. Yeah, that's true. Alright, so the first exercise is leg extensions. Ideally, you want to do these first if you've got really shit quads. For me, I find that I actually get a better connection with my quads afterwards, even though they're like fatigued slightly on like my pendulums and my leg press. I'm not smart enough to kind of tell you why. I have been told that like pre-fatigue to some degree is beneficial for like recruiting more motor units. So at a deeper level, you get a bit more like fiber recruitment. I'm gonna have to research that. I'm not like, don't quote me, but some physio told me that one day. Either way, I love doing this exercise first. It's the same with doing hammies before my hammy workouts. It just feels better. Also, another tip for these is make sure you set it up correctly. The biggest thing I see people is like setting it up on like D and then having it on like too short. This is not ideal. Like, there's not enough range of motion there. What you want to do is put it all the way to A, or the highest one. That puts the most stretch on your quads. And then setting it up to the right length. So you want it to be just above your ankle bone to give you the most like tension and leverage. And then you also want to set the back seat up so then you're like locked in place and your knees are like pretty much in line with the red circle. Not every single machine has it, but you'll see the midpoint of like the axle or the turning point wants to be kind of aligned with your knees. Anyways, we'll get into it. Alright. Not too bad. I'm just jumping the weight up 2 each time. I actually don't know what my weight should be. Nah, I'm not using it, it's all yours. So 70.5. I'm on 68 right now. So I probably I might do 61 with 2.5s, get 4 of that done, and then I'll jump up to try and go 70.5. I hit my reps last week, so ideally if you hit your reps, especially on leg extension and it's like a new exercise at the start, I'd probably push it a bit harder. So I'd probably go to like 68 plus a 2.5 plus another 2.5 on top of that, because that's the next iteration. If this was like nearing the end of my program, I'd probably push just reps, because the increment of like progression is like, I wouldn't be able to get as much as 2.5 on top of that. I'd probably just be able to do an extra 1 or 2 reps. So just because I'm fresh, this is the new program, like the increments can jump up a bit higher. But yeah, leading to the back end of it, like there's no fucking chance. So I'll smash out the warm-ups now, just 4 reps. Fucking peak shakes, hey. Alright, so we're on 68 with 2 2.5s. And since the prescribed rep range isn't a rep range, it's just 10, I like to usually create a rep range for myself anyways. So I would say ideally like 8 to 12 with like trying to go for obviously for 10. But if I hit 8, it's still within the rep range, it's still kind of aiming for the same goal. So I'm not going to lose out on going to failure on 8 reps compared to 10. It's not going to be really much different. So I'm going to aim for at least 8. If I get 10, I get 10, that'd be fucking great. Alright, top set, I'm going for 8 reps. Alright, well, pretty sure I hit 12. So that's a short tell sign that I need to kind of go up next week. Either way, I'm going to do my back off now. That is, I'm pretty sure 12 reps, if not it's 15. Double check now, but it's 17. That's right. Alright, next up we got the good old pendulum squat. First compound movement of the program. I want to warm up like accordingly. I'm probably going to do 2 warm-up sets. I like to call them feeder sets, so this is going to be closer probably to the working set than initially. I do like to always do 1 set though of any movement, just kind of get a feel of the movement, especially new gyms with new equipment. It's a good way to kind of get used to the movement pattern and the strength curve. For now, like I've been using this machine for ages, so it's not like it's anything new to me. You also want to test and make sure all the adjustments are right. In this case, I'm pretty sure, yeah, the blocker here is too high. Alright, probably put it this way so it doesn't slip out. I usually like to use a belt on this as well. My back cooks are pretty hard on this exercise. Obviously, try the warm-ups without it, but if my back feels iffy, I'll chuck the belt on and we'll go from there. I also like to wear powerlifting shoes, but again, we'll see how we're feeling. Sometimes I don't need them, sometimes I do. It feels nice. But for the sake of consistency, I'm probably going to chuck the belts and the shoes on anyways. People are going to kind of have questions about the belts and the shoes. What this does is if you have poor ankle range of motion, it enables you to like squat like deeper without getting restricted by like mobility / flexibility. I personally do not have that problem, but I do use them for another case, and you'll find that people who are glute dominant in a lot of movements usually sit back into like their movements, and what this does is it actually, because of the heel lift, not only does it lift it up, but it also lifts it forward. So it forces my knees forward more and causing like more like knee flexion, which will put more emphasis and load on my quads during the movement. For the belt, essentially it's just kind of creating a cue to brace during the movement. Bracing is essentially just locking and creating pressure within your abdomen to keep your spine neutral, so straight during like a heavy loaded movement. Not only does that make it like safer, but if you have like, let's say, a stable concrete base for a city skyline, it's going to be more stable than like just chucking it in dirt and then hoping for the best. The dirt in this case is a non-braced like midsection. I'm not saying that the belt itself causes stability, but it gives you a cue and something to press against to brace, like, I guess, better and stronger. The belt and the shoes are not needed. They're just kind of like an added benefit and kind of help me push harder. Whatever helps you push harder is like mentally is a benefit in itself. So these two are usually no-brainers for me when I do my leg days, especially when I'm pushing heavy. I'll just stay safe and make sure that I'm being able to push with the most intensity like possible. Alright, that's 4. We're going to jump up to 37.5, which is my working. Alright, I found the 5. Cannot for the life of me find a 2.5. You're going to have to get her set up and use 2 1.25s. That was not 90 seconds, so I'm going to rest a tiny longer and then go into it. Honestly, the worst part about leg day is just the genuine anxiety that like fuels your whole workout the whole time. Like, have I done this weight before? Yes. Am I still shit scared? Yes. Come on. Oh god, that was fucked. And considering my lack of breath and how the cadence slowed down during my set, that was easily like 0.75 to 1 RIR if I'm lucky. If I was training with a partner, probably would have got it. Just because if there's someone there to push you, then you'll get that extra rep. Otherwise, they're going to spot you and help that end goal. That's probably the one thing that I need to improve on, is like just pushing that extra like bit more on legs. But like that genuinely fucked me. So alright, I'll go back off and then I'll move to the next one. We're looking at 10 to 12. It's not the end of the world if I don't get them, but I would like 10 to 12. This is not 10 to 12. Oh, fuck. Oh, I hate that. Alright, so we're doing leg press. I've already done multiple warm-up sets of like other exercises, done other quad exercises, so this one I can kind of just jump straight into a feeder set, which is just probably one set before I do my main. I'm gonna aim for like 210, 220, so my feeder set will probably be anywhere from like 160 to 180 or like 4 reps maybe, nice and slow and controlled. I'm just gonna load it up and then we'll see how we go. Alright, so I've loaded up with 4 plates each side, whatever the math is there. I'm just gonna do anywhere from 4 to 6 reps. I don't like to use a belt for this only because it tends to pinch on my stomach when I'm going down, just because I get pretty deep. So if anything, it impedes more than it actually helps. And my bracing is not too bad as is, so I'm going to give it a crack. 4 plays each side. Just, yeah. So not too bad. Another key thing when you're doing leg press is make sure the stopper is all the way down. It's the worst part, like doing a heavy set and then it just stopping before you actually complete your range of motion. I didn't check this time, but I'm lucky that it was on the lowest setting anyways, so. Alright, so I've loaded it up to 11 plates, whatever that equals. I'm gonna be doing 6 to 8 reps. This is probably, it's not the heaviest I've done, but it is the heaviest in this block. Considering my shit's been all over the place, I've just been slowly getting back to what my weights were like a few weeks post my deficit. Oh man, back offs, man, back offs. All right, totally 90 seconds later. Either way, backed off down to 180. Gonna aim for 12 reps with tempo, intensity. Look, these are the ones ideally you want to be taking to failure compared to your top sets. I would argue that leaving your top sets anywhere from an RIR3 to an RIR1, and then your back offs, aiming for that, like, I don't know, 0 to 1. I wouldn't say 0 all the time, but all right. Ooh, that's a spicy meatball. I apologise, I've done like 2 takes and I can't get the focus right in this position. Either way, hopefully it's better this time. Essentially what I said is I checked my app and I also have seated hamstring curls. So we're gonna smash this out, do my hammies, and then get the fuck out of here. Ooh. I've been closing my eyes during like really intense sets recently, and I don't know whether it's like I'm slightly autistic and it's like the visual sensation of the gym is overstimulating, but when I close my eyes I feel like I can just really dial in and just like block out everything. Today I don't even have my headphones, which I'm surprised I'm even doing as well as I am. When you have music, your hoodie on, close your eyes and you do your set, you're not in the gym anymore, like you're in another dimension. But today is just full raw dog. Leg day, you, me, Cam. Listen. Oh, it's not ideal. Otherwise, away for the extra steps.
Right, Coach.
Good, brother. How are you?
Good, mate.
I feel like
Beasting away.
Yeah, buddy. I feel like any pool session is like an orgasmic like feeling. I feel like you don't get any other like feeling on any other type of like maybe chest on a good chest day. Yeah, but like, or no, when you hit a chest and back session. Yeah. All right. So we're doing. Fuck, this is not set up for me. It's the same thing as a quad machine. You're gonna line your knees up with like the little red dot here. If you don't have the red dot, just the middle of like the moving part. and you want to get the most, like ideal, the most stretch. So the higher up it is, so E on this one, the better. And if you have longer legs, obviously move it to large, medium, all that kind of stuff. And then set yourself up. I've got like short femurs, so I'm gonna like set it up weirdly. But once you set up, you want to lock yourself in like as much as possible. People make the mistake of not locking themselves in enough. And that's a problem because the more movement you have, the less stability you have, the less you can kind of push and force produce, because your body's going to be so caught up on trying to stabilize the movement that it's not going to focus on the actual movement itself. Not good. I feel like the best way to rest between these sets is like standing up. If you sit down while recovering this, the blood just pulls up and then your next set feels like shit. So ideally you want to fucking stand up and walk around if you have the ability to. Hello, so I'm currently editing the video that you are actually now watching, and I just wanted to say, one, thank you for watching all the way through, I appreciate it. Secondly, obviously the video has ended quite abruptly, and that is because a few of the clips that I filmed near the end weren't in focus, so decided to cut those out. But yeah, I don't really have a goal for this at the moment. I'm just kind of enjoying just creating, and hopefully there's going to be improvements as I go along, but I'm not going to really promise you anything consistent. But yeah, you will be seeing a few more videos come out of me. Anyways, thank you for sticking around once again. I know I keep on saying it, but it is a longer video. Not quite sure if it's something that people will jump on, but anyways, yeah, if you do want to see more, if there's anything you enjoyed about the video or if you didn't enjoy about the video, leave it in the comments. If you want to subscribe, go ahead. I'm not going to force it down your throat. If this is the kind of content that you guys want to see, then I'll keep on obviously posting stuff like this if it's something you enjoy. Anyways, I hope you all have a good day, and I will see you in the next video.